Master? You called for me and I came as quickly as I could. I apologize if it took some time. Even though it was late, I was performing a duty that's not often performed, and is quite a long way away from your room. I'm aware that I'm supposed to stay close to you, but I wasn't aware you were still awake. I deeply apologize, Master. That said, why are you still awake, Master? I see. Groggy and sleepy, yet you can't quite catch the sleep. I understand completely, Master. Why don't you stand up for a moment and sit down on my lap, so you can tell me in detail what's happening? Oh, Master, as much as I would love to help from here, you and I both know that physical contact is much better to help soothe a stressed mind than most other things that aren't sleep. Now, come. Now, let's see. There's many reasons why my masters could be having trouble sleeping. Let's go over the easy ones first. Was it too hot? Too cold? Did a nightmare wake you up? The infamous I just couldn't sleep. I was expecting this day would come one day. The day when your maid finally has to help with something so, odd of a request. But I suppose, my master, anything for you. No, don't stress your beautiful little face about it. I'm tall, I'm squishy, and I'm your servant. You called for me in the middle of the night because you couldn't sleep. So now, there is only one option I have available to me. I'll simply have to, sleep with you. It's alright. Don't worry so much, Master. It's very simple. Just sleeping next to you. Not too much teasing or anything. I promise I'll behave. All I will do is take care of you, lay down next to you, and do everything in my might to lull you to sleep. Even if it takes all night, I'll be right there, beside you. Now, before we do this, could I please be allowed a moment to undo my uniform and change to my sleeping robes, if that's allowed, Master? Well, of course, I have to ask for permission, Master. Not just because you're in charge, and because everything in this house has to be exactly the way you want it to be, but also because I love to see you blushing all cute like that when I ask you to exercise control over me. Even though I'm so much taller, more experienced, you would almost say I was supposed to be in charge, wouldn't you? Very well. I'll head to my bedchambers and return as quickly as I can. Just wait for me right here, on the side of the bed, Master. If you wish, perhaps walking a little bit can also help coax you to sleep. It's merely a suggestion, but perhaps it would help. At least no harm in trying, no? Master, I have returned in my sleeping garments, and I'm ready to soothe you to sleep. Are you ready as well? Wonderful. I hope you've prepared yourself mentally for this, because I'll be making very sure that you'll fall asleep. And the first part of that is laying in bed together, with you pressed tightly against me. How does that sound? A warm body wrapped around you to keep the cold from bay, both from your body and your heart. Very well, Master. Let's get into bed then. Now, I know you might not like the next step, but I do believe it's actually one of the best things you can do to help me help you sleep. I want you to give up control. Of course, you're still my master, and I'm still your maid. But just for a moment, let me be the one to tell you what to do. Let me be in control, so you don't have to worry about a thing. They say that being the one that's being controlled is so much more peaceful than being the one in control. You don't have to think. You don't have to say anything, or let your brain rush around at all. All you have to do is feel good and do as you're told. Doesn't that sound nice? Giving up control to your loving maid for just a moment, so she can dote on you and help you get to sleep. And then, when you wake up again, everything will go back to normal. Wonderful, Master. Now, let's start by having you press yourself against me, firmly wrapped in my arms, pressed against my chest in a wonderfully tight embrace. Surrender yourself to the soft warmth of my body and the sheet on top of you. Everything surrounding you right now is of the highest quality, chosen just for you, just for your comfort, just for your pleasure. Even I was hired to suit your needs as perfectly as possible. My appearance soothing to your eyes, my body practically made to assist you in every way possible. So just let yourself be soothed by my warmth, by my scent. You know, nobles have a much harder life than most people give them credit for. People think that others like you just live a life of luxury without ever having to worry about a thing. But really, it's not quite that simple. Every interaction, even with family, is a complex puzzle with hundreds of little rules. I've heard of some rules of etiquette you have to uphold. So many niche rules that you have to remember at any time, for any moment of the day. And then, there's the fact that really, you're contributing quite a lot to this little town around your manor. Just the jobs here are already massive help. giving money from your pocket to us, allowing the townsfolk to sustain their economy. You're constantly busy keeping the finances, visiting and hosting feasts, which are quite stressful occasions. And there's constantly news from some part of the country to be concerned about that other people could simply ignore. I suppose you're right. It doesn't sound like a lot when you say it out loud, but I know how much it can stress you out from time to time. You put so much effort in every single day, and that's why you have plenty of people to help you take care of the minute stuff. Yes, I do think you do a good job. You're always busy helping everyone as much as you can, taking care of as many people as you're able to, doing whatever you can to make sure you're doing all that. And I think that's part of the reason why you can't sleep right now. All the stress from all that worrying is making it so you're having a hard time sleeping. Which is why I thought that you giving up control a little bit would help. Allowing yourself to be vulnerable by giving up control is something that helps with stress for a lot of people, a lot of the time. So by letting me take control, letting me tell you what to do, and being so sweet and cute for me, you're allowing yourself to relax, to calm your mind just a little bit. No choices to make, because someone is making them for you. No thoughts, no stress, just me and you. Just relaxation, calmness, warmth, and eventually, sleep. Don't say anything. Just lay back and do as I say. All I want you to do is just tense up on your feet. Stretch your toes as far as you can for just a few seconds. And then relax. Let your body feel that it can finally relax your feet. That there is no reason to go anywhere for a while, so your feet can turn off. Now, up to your legs. Stretch out, tense up, as far and wide as you can. And then, after just a little bit, let your muscles relax. Let them fall limp on top of mine. I know, right? It's weird how, if you tense up as much as you can, even for just a few seconds, letting yourself relax feels so much better than when you just lay down. What's that I hear? Did you just call your loyal maid Mommy? Don't be embarrassed. It's just your mind relaxing along with your body. It's slipping out because you're calming down. And I can't say I wasn't expecting it at least a little bit. I mean, look at me. I know there's plenty of people who look at me in that way. And I suppose that you are too, Master. So it's only logical that in your mind, you would draw the same conclusions any young person needing love would. But don't be afraid. It'll be our little secret. That is, if you let me call you my baby. I'm dead serious, Master. I won't tell anyone that you called your loving maid a mummy while you were snuggled up to her in an attempt to sleep. If you just let me call you my baby. Sounds fair, doesn't it? Very well. There. Good baby. Let's continue where we left off, shall we? We're going to do your stomach next. Abs and back. Tense as hard as you can. Just for a moment. And then, after a few seconds, relax them again. It's basically like turning something on and off again. Just to make sure it's properly off. If you ever feel any serious pain from doing any of this, please tell me, Master, because this isn't supposed to hurt at all. But what I can do is bring minor injuries to the surface, which you might not normally notice, but which hurt more because you're suddenly tensing muscles and relaxing them again. So if anything hurts suddenly after we're done with this, just tell me, and we can talk to someone who can help you with that. Okay? The last thing I want to do right now is mean you harm. Good. Now, let's do your hands. Each finger stretched wide and far. And then, relaxed again, limply hanging from your palm. Then your arms, stretched all the way from your shoulders to your wrists, as far out as you can make them. There you go. See? Doesn't that feel so good? A little bit tingly, a little bit numb. Almost as if your body has finally accepted that it's supposed to be asleep right now. But then, there is one more thing left that needs to go to sleep. Your pretty little head. Yes, my good baby. I'm going to help you with that too. And you don't need to move an inch. All you have to do is let me tell you a few things that you need to hear. No, no. You don't even have to think. All you have to do is just lay in my arms and relax. I want you to know that you deserve everything. You might be worried about not doing enough to deserve the things you've gotten. You might be embarrassed about needing things that other people don't need. You might be stressed about barely being able to keep up when others seem to keep up with ease. But the truth is that everyone has their own pace, their own needs, and their own value. Everything you receive is earned. And you can make yourself feel guilty very easily by overthinking about it. Sure, maybe other people need to put in more effort to earn as much as you do, but they have other skills that you don't have. Everyone has their own strong and weak sides. You found your strong sides, or at least a few of them, and you spend every day trying to use those strong sides to make the world a better place. Don't judge yourself for having those weak sides. That's what you have other people for, to supplement your strengths and weaknesses, to ask for help when you need it, to be better together. Just like you're such a good baby, asking your mommy Maid for help when you can't sleep. Speaking of, I think your calm and slow breathing means you're almost asleep already. I'll be quiet now, so you can actually fall into a nice, deep slumber. Sleep tight, my master, and my good baby.